Today we're going to be talking about Gen Z. I do have some good news for you guys, Gen Zers out there, so please listen to the end.
So Gen Z, this refers to people born between 1996 and 2010. Their identity has been shaped by climate anxiety, a financial landscape in flux, and of course COVID-19. They're known as digital natives. So generally, a lot of people are saying that Gen Z are paranoid about their health. Is the reported rise in mental illness amongst the under 25s down to just being more aware of their body and minds? Is it because there is less stigma around mental health, or is there an actual issue here?
Okay, let's wind the tape back for Gen Z and look at what happened. This is how they feel deep inside. They feel like they're the forgotten generation. This is not only in the UK, it's also in the USA and all over Europe, and I'm sure different parts of the world. Now, COVID, the complete lockdown and isolation has affected their young minds. Such an impact like this on young minds has made them very health conscious, even to the point where some people say that they are paranoid. Now, they were seeing on the news, they could have lost their grandfathers, their parents. So many people were passing away. So it's completely understandable why they're like this. And another thing which is affecting their mental health is social media. And all they're seeing all over social media are beautiful people and rich people. Of course, that's affecting them. They are the generation that are coming out of the Industrial Revolution and into the AI world. I would say this generation is the in-betweeners.
There seems to be an overarching catastrophic feeling about events to Gen Z. Why is this?
It's how they feel. Like I said before, it was the complete lockdown. That impact will affect this whole generation, and they will feel it even into old age. Opportunities for schooling and higher education and travel and meeting new people were all affected. I think we need to give Gen Z just a little bit of a break.
So, according to Cigna Health International survey in 2023, this was a survey of almost 12,000 workers around the world. 91% of 18 to 24-year-olds report being stressed.
Mhm. Yes, they are. We need to help them. We need to help them ground. We need to help them have direction. We need to help them have focus. If I go back in time, it feels like the transition from agriculture into the Industrial Revolution. The agriculture generation was very scared due to the reduced labor costs, the costs too of foodstuffs. When you think about it, they were worried about jobs. This is happening for this generation. And the next generation, Alpha, which includes people born between 2010 and 2025, they will feel more grounded and there will be jobs like there was with the crossover culture into the industrial. So that's what we're doing. We're swapping over industries. That's all. There will be plenty for all.
Ella, can we have a look at Gen Z and politics, please? There's a lot of this about in the news and newspaper brands. So, recent research claims young people are attracted to authoritarianism even, populist politics, and male dictators as leaders. Tell
Mhm.
us about the collective mindset of this group.
They're actually feeling and why they're drawn to dictatorship. They feel hopeless. They really do. Depressed wages. The wages haven't gone up since the 90s. They're living with their parents in their 20s, and that was unheard of 10 years back. The situation disrupts their ability to form friendships, relationships, and also have their own children. All they want is a decent standard of living, access to good health care. They see no way out but to live under dictatorship. That is how they feel. They dream of having their own home. It's not that young women don't want to have children anymore. They do. They just can't see how with the cost of living. Also, being in crowded situations, like trying to have a family with your partner and you're living with your mum and dad. They don't want that. So it's understandable.
Support for Nigel Farage's right-wing party is surging among the 16 to 24-year-olds, men and women. Nigel Farage's right-wing party is more popular than the Tories among the young. Why is this?
Yeah, Nigel Farage, he actually was quite smart. He went and did a series in Australia, Queensland. It's called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I'm sure you've heard of it, Anna. What he did was he spoke about reform and their policies. It's really sung to the young people to make the UK and its people come first, no matter what background you are or what color you are. And also, one of the huge things is the reform policy is for the first £20,000 will be tax free. I feel on a spiritual level, this will kickstart the economy to higher wages. And it just really made an impression on this generation because Nigel Farage is always smiling and happy. You see him in the pub having a pint, also having a smoke, just getting along with everybody.
Well, I guess, with finances at the top of Gen Z's mind, that's really going to appeal to them, as is his straight talking, guy down the road persona.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Should we be concerned that the Gen Z demographic will all support far right? Is reform actually all far right as people believe it is?
No, no, not at all. Their biggest donor is Yosef. Everybody is welcome and he loves this country and he wants it to prosper. No matter what your background is, from all different cultures, as
So
long as
your
you love the UK.
so your parent intelligence is telling you that reform might have started maybe as a far right group, but where they are now is actually not far right. It is inclusive and but it is looking at Britain first, but just in terms of finance and progress, not racism.
They've never been far right, but they are the new conservatives.
Ella, tell us about Generation Z's thoughts on Trump and what their feeling is towards American politics.
It's a collective thing. It's just like the same as the UK, as in Europe. They're turning towards conservative politics just so that they can have what their parents had and the generation before. I've already mentioned all this. They're exactly the same.